Program director at a large Kabul orphanage, Ahmed Khalil, says he is cutting back on the amount of fruit and meat he gives the children each week because the home is running out of money. For the last 2 months since the Taliban seized control of Afghanistan and millions of dollars in aid suddenly dried up, he has been desperately calling and emailing donors, both foreign and local, who supported him before. Unfortunately, most of them have left the country: Afghan donors, foreign donors, embassies. When I call them or email them, no one is answering me. We are now trying to run the place with very little money and with little food. About 130 children aged from 3 years upward live at the orphanage. It has been operational for more than a decade and provides shelter for those who have lost both parents or just one who cannot afford to keep them. Among them is 9 years old Samaira from northeastern Badakhshan province, who has been at the orphanage for almost 2 years after her father died and her mother did not have the means to support her or her brothers. In the playground outside on a local day in Kabul, she plays with as much intensity as she studies, grinning widely as she goes higher on the swing. Despite her young age, she is already taking extra classes and wants to be a doctor when she grows up. She told, I want to serve my homeland and save others from disease. And I also want other girls to study so that they become a doctor like me in the future. Orphanages like this play an important role in Afghanistan, where tens of thousands of civilians have been killed in wars that have ravaged the country for more than 40 years. The lack of funding, which has hit charities, non-governmental organizations, and Afghan citizens since the Taliban took back control of the country, is forcing Ahmed Khalil into tough choices. The orphanage tried to send a few children back to relatives who were comparatively well off, but one by one they have returned. Ahmad Khalil said staff have had to reduce food portions and limit the types of food the children eat. Before we were providing them twice a week fruit and twice a week meat, but we cut those items to just once a week or maybe not even that much. Facing an economic crisis as winter approaches, Taliban officials have urged Western governments to resume aid donations and called on the United States to lift a block on more than $9 billion of Afghan central bank reserves held overseas. Many countries have refused to recognize the Taliban, which until recently was an armed group fighting the foreign troops and their Afghan allies. Some governments are demanding that the groups guarantees basic civil freedoms, including allowing girls to attend secondary school and women to work. The Taliban, which banned all girls' education when they ruled from 1996 to 2001, has said it is working on the issue. Compounding the orphanage's problem is the weekly limit of $200 on bank withdrawal to avoid a run on hard currencies, meaning access to funds is not enough to support the children and staff. Ahmed Khalil fears that if the situation continues, the orphanage will not be able to function much longer. That would be devastating for the children who receive mathematics, English, and computer lessons as well as physical education, not to mention food and shelter. Samira, the aspiring daughter, is still able to go to school outside the orphanage building because of her age, and she attends extra tuition classes in the afternoon to get ahead. Hardship has not dented her ambition, but she also recognized that in order to achieve her goals, she may have to go abroad to study. She told, I am not allowed to study here.